is in there. Nemechek slid back. One of the cars that's having a big problem out here right now appears to be Mark Martin. He has slid back. You're riding with him right now in 26th position. And that motor, as you listen to it here, what do you think, guys? Is that going sour?
It doesn't sound like it's on all eight, Ken. Sounds like a valve spring or something.
The last caution period, Mark made about 3 trips to pit road with the hood up every time. So I think something's going to miss. He's fallen way back on in his position here, so evidently he's just doing the best he can.
Let's take a look at the Napa rundown, Napa running order through the field here. The Bodine stay first and second.
Horsepower is more important this trip with the new asphalt than it's been in Charlotte in a long, long time. And if something goes amiss with your engine like it has with Mark, it makes a long day of it.
A little concern about the weather here today, too. The rain front moving through as part of the country. I think they're going to get this one in, but there is a question mark. Jeff Bodine, there you see him in the lead. Looking for another win. He won this race back in 91, and he had a great run here in May when he came home third to Jeff Gordon. And of course, the week before that 600 showed the colors of number 7. They'd win the Winston select.
Right now, Jeff Bodine only has one car between himself and lapping Rusty Wallace, and that would be the damaged Bill Elliott machine. Rusty's about just a little over 8 seconds from going down a lap.
Jeff Gordon into 8th, right back to 9th. Get a word about the weather. Rick Craven's been checking with the NASCAR folks, I believe. What's the story down there, Rick?
Ken, the sun's out now. Doesn't mean that the possibility of rain is out of the question. In fact, I've gotten from the experts being the crew members, dozens of them coming in and out, that we're probably 20 miles from getting some rain. And they're all scurrying in and out and trying to decide what they're going to do. Maybe a short race, maybe a little break, maybe it'd be no rain.
Well, right now we're at 175 miles, Rick. Trying to stretch it up to 250 and make this one official out there.
Let's just hope that weather's only moving about 1 mile an hour, and we'll be fine.
Catch you up that Michael Waltrip is 4th. Dale Jarrett lies 5th. Terry Labonte 6th. Sterling Marlin 7th. If you're just joining us, there have been 3 caution periods for a total of 18 laps thus far. 138-mile-an-hour average thus far on the race. We've had the lead swapped 9 times among 6 drivers. Here's Earnhardt out doing a little fishing this afternoon.
He's gotten by Brett Bodine. He's up to 2nd position. He's between the Bodine brothers right now.
Jeff Bodine, how do you think your team has adapted to having a new car owner and a new driver?
We've had a lot of good days, and we have a lot of bad days this year, and even in the last year, and especially what these fellows have been through with Allen, the championship, then losing Allen, and then having a new owner driver come in, and we had our share of problems, but you know, they've hung in there. They've stuck with me. They've become more than just employees. They've become friends.
That's the whole team. Those of you that are just with us for the first time, that is the owner. That is the driver. And he is sure smooth. He seems to know more about tires and how to make those Hoosiers work than anybody else in that league.
Well, there's no doubt about it, Ken. You know, a lot of these guys that's been running the Hoosier tires just seem to have problems with them. And Jeff just goes out and skunks everybody with them. I just don't understand. I do understand it, too. He's an excellent chassis man. And that's the name of the game when it comes to having a good tire wear, setting up the right kind of chassis. And Jeff, there's no better than Jeff.
120 laps are complete. 180 miles down. They say rain on the way here in Charlotte. Stay with us.
in his racing career. He's brought the Kellogg sponsorship to one of the most potent teams in the Winston Cup Series, Hendrick Motorsports and car owner Rick Hendrick. And with victories at North Wilkesboro back in April and at Richmond a few weeks ago in September, the team has proven it can win. But it's been a long road to the top for this driving champion. Labonte's journey started out at 6 years old. He was racing in Corpus Christi, Texas, and by age 9, he was already a champion, winning the national quarter midget title. Terry's first shot at racing stock cars came at Darlington in 1978. Racing for oil man Billy Hagan, Terry finished an incredible 4th. This led to Labonte accepting a full-time ride for the 1979 Winston Cup season. And just 5 short years later, in 1984, after 24 top 10 finishes in 30 races, Labonte finished 65 points ahead of Harry Gant to win the Winston Cup title. The 1994 season begins a new chapter in Terry Labonte's career, and at 37 years old, he's still hungry for more victories and more championships.
Here's the full field rundown for you with Bodine continuing to write the story. Earnhardt has come back up into second. He seems to be driving nails into the coffin of Rusty Wallace in car number 2, who's pulling onto pit road right now at lap 129. Wallace is coming in. And Earnhardt, who's had to make it from the rear twice, continues to have a phenomenal day here, and with that 200-plus point advantage coming into today's event. Let's go to Dick Berggren quickly on pit road.
And Wallace is coming in, going to do a 4-tire change. They're going to change the fight on this car as they are blocking this thing. They're going to try to beat the 17-second stop that they had last weekend at Wilkesboro. Right side's all done, left side ready to go. Billy Wilburn up in the left front of the car. There he goes. 18.6, not quite as good as they did last week for sure. Most important thing, they've got to adjust that car to get him running faster.
He had to do something, Ken. He was just fixing to go a lap down, so I think it was a little early for him, but he had to come in and make some changes.
And now he finds himself 2 laps down with a green flag pit stop plus being lapped before he come in anyway, so he's going to have to really run hard now.
And pray that a caution doesn't come out here and lock him into that for a while. What he needs is to have them go through a period on pit road, hopefully get one of those back.
Knowing that race team, I'm almost surprised they didn't call that stop a little bit sooner. Rusty's not one to hang out there and run when it's not up to par. He'll come on in and fix it, get that pace back up there where it needs to be.
Take a look at this scramble. 11th place out there. And for the moment, Morgan Shepherd is there. Darrell Waltrip had it a moment ago. He's fallen back to 12th, and Kenny Wallace stays right with them. There are 28 cars in the lead lap. And again, Mark Martin is on pit road in car number 6. Not having a good day. He's already gone a lap down, being shown in 29th. This is happening at lap 132, guys.
It looks like just a routine stop with Mark. I'm kind of surprised because his car is definitely off the pace. I thought maybe there was a problem, but it's just fuel and tires. I guess whatever's wrong with that engine, they just can't do anything for it.
Well, this was an important race for him in the point battle. Came in here 3rd, a whopping 423 behind Earnhardt coming back out. Hoping for any kind of a break. Nothing's gone his way today. Still, Jeff Bodine in that Ford number 7.
He just worked his way by Greg Sachs, put him a lap down, and now he's coming up on Jimmy Spencer and Bill Elliott.
Dick Berggren can update us on that 7 car in the lead.
Well, Ken Squire, he just radioed his crew. He's going to pit in somewhere around 5 or 6 laps, but they are worried about more than fuel and tires here. The engine apparently periodically picks up a skip, and they're not sure why. We told you earlier they had switched batteries. Now they're running with both batteries, and it still periodically picks up a skip. So it's probably not the battery. So I asked the crew chief, Paul Andrews, what's it liable to be? He said, Dick, I don't know. They have got a problem on the 7 car.
One thing about it, Ken, is skipping in the right direction.
And I'm sure,
skipping and jumping.
I'm telling you.
I'm sure they have plenty of batteries in their pit, too, with Excite on the side of that race car.
Here's Dick Berggren.
Well, John Andretti is in for his pit stop. This is John Andretti's best day ever in Winston Cup. He's led more races, led more laps today than he had in his entire career up till now. An incredible, incredible day for John Andretti, and only his third ever start at this racetrack.
Car looks great, but it got trapped in the pits and went a lap down, so it's showing in 31st at the present time. But if you're just joining us, John Andretti put the petty colors up on the point and led in the early going for a considerable distance. Well, here's Kenny Wallace another time after it. Kenny Wallace and Waltrip back there in 12th spot. Now this is at lap 136, and that's important because that means we're over 200 miles. Getting close to the halfway mark at 250 in this event. And they come by this time. They'll have completed 2:07.
Can you watch the line? Excuse me. Watch the line that these two cars are taking. See, Waltrip's running way up high, and Kenny's running the bottom line. I don't know whether the cars are working better that way or whether the age makes a difference. Kenny's young, and he doesn't mind hitting that ball hard. Darrell's getting a little age on him. He wants to run close to that ball.
Follow you backwards. Fifth place car is in. Michael Waltrip. Another good run yesterday and a great qualifying. Here's Earnhardt on pit road. Second place car is in.
Like Michael's car might have just been a hair tight. They took one round to wedge out on that green flag pit stop. He was running pretty good anyway.
Terry Labonte brings number 5 on the pit road. He had been 6th, pulled up to 5th. Just a moment as we saw that Earnhardt car come on. Now they're both in there. Here's the Earnhardt pit stop under green at lap 138. Going for his 7th Winston Cup championship to tie Richard Petty. He's away. Good stop. 18.6. Not a record setter, but darn good. Brett Bodine has pitted. Dale Jarrett, Ricky Rudd. Here's Randy.
Well, Jack Lewis works the front tires for Brett Bodine's. Mike Bumgarner works the rears. They have informed Brett Bodine that rain is imminent. They've taken a round of wedge out of the Quaker State Ford. The jack is up on the left side. A great pit stop for Brett Bodine down and away.
Riding with him. Number 7, Jeff Bodine, now on pit road. Leader is in. Here's Dick.
45-year-old Jeff Bodine looking for his 18th career win today. In for routine stops. In terms of tires, they're not going to change the chassis on this car at all, or at least that's the plan, but they are still concerned about that periodic skip that seems to come and go quite mysteriously. No work on the engine. Good stop for Jeff Bodine. 20.4 for Jeff Bodine.
Marlin takes first, and he's just coming out of pit road. This would move Morgan Shepherd, number 21, staying out into the lead. Kenny Wallace would come up to second. Here's the 4 car. For a moment had the lead. Now he's giving it over to Shepherd.
Oh.
Nemechek in the 41, and he has smacked the wall.
That right front tire down on that car. There's some body damage also. But I don't see a caution flag. There must not be any debris out there on the racetrack. We're going to keep going green.
Shepherd brings number 21 in, and by our count, that would put Kenny Wallace up for the lead for the moment. Let's take a look at what happened to Nemechek.
Something just flew out from underneath Joe's car. I think he might have already bounced off the wall.
I think he ran over something.
And a little bit of debris come flying out from under it.
You need to look at that picture again.
He wasn't in long. He's back out on the racetrack. This must be for the lead, unless there's still some that haven't pitted yet.
Only one we're unsure of is Kenny Wallace.
Like Dale Earnhardt's pit stop must have been just a little bit faster than Jeff's, but Jeff's was also a good one.
Grissom has just brought the 29 in, and Spencer is coming in. Take a look, Cale. There's the 41 car.
That's a tire down. There's no doubt.
What's he run over right there?
Well, something, I don't know. Looks like a rag or a can, maybe a can.
I don't know. I would say it might be a can.
Maybe.